The daughter spots a woman with disheveled hair lying in the bathtub. Curious, she walks closer to get a better look. Suddenly, a man appears behind her, speaking in tempting, sinister tones, trying to convince the daughter to stay in this secret room for the rest of her life. Terrified by this encounter, the daughter screams out in fear. Meanwhile, Nick hears his daughter's cries from another part of the house and frantically searches room by room until he finally kicks down a locked door, managing to escape through the passageway. By this time, his daughter is sitting on the stairs nearby. Nick quickly rushes to comfort her, telling her not to be afraid. Now both of them finally realize that something is seriously wrong with this villa. But his wife had taken the car when she left, and with no tools available to help them escape, Nick has no choice but to call the grocery store owner. He tells the owner everything that's happened and asks if he can send a car over. However, the owner shows no signs of panic. Instead, he reveals a shocking truth to Nick. It turns out that before this villa was built, this location was originally home to a mysterious church. The church used to collect people's evil souls, and anyone with sins could never escape. Even though the church was later torn down by people, this land continues to collect evil souls. After learning this, Nick begins to panic, but the grocery store owner simply hangs up the phone without addressing Nick's pleas for help. Left with no other options, the father and daughter decide they have to figure this out on their own. They plan to leave even if it means traveling through the night. As they're about to head out, the daughter glances back for just a moment and sees a dark shadow appear inside the house. But then something even more bizarre happens. After walking for hours, the father and daughter somehow end up right back at the villa. Now the weather outside has become extremely cold, and if they don't go inside, they'll freeze to death. Even though they know there's something wrong with this villa, they have no choice but to go back inside. However, just as they're about to go to sleep, a bright white light suddenly flashes. Nick finds himself in the passageway, where a man appears before him. The man tells him that this place was created specifically for Nick. Just like the grocery store owner said, once evil souls arrive here, they can never leave. Upon hearing this, Nick becomes agitated. His only concern is whether his daughter is in danger. He grabs an iron rod nearby and starts swinging it wildly, but no matter how hard he tries, the old man remains completely unharmed. Then in an instant, the old man transforms to look exactly like Nick. He reminds Nick once again that everything here exists because of Nick. At this moment, Nick finally breaks down. He begs the old man not to hurt his daughter. The man tells him, "You should know what you need to do." Then another bright light flashes, time and space shift once again, and his daughter safely returns to his side from behind. When Nick leads his daughter outside, another bright flash of white light appears, and time finally returns to the real world. Nick and his daughter are now outside the villa, and his wife returns home with the car. But Nick walks right past her and instead puts his daughter in the car. Just when his wife thinks Nick is still angry with her, Nick tells her that he killed his ex-wife. His wife is shocked and stunned on the spot. It turns out that years ago, when his ex-wife drowned in the bathtub, Nick just stood there watching. Although he didn't directly cause her death, their relationship had deteriorated over the years, and he chose to stand by and do nothing. This has left him with constant guilt, and the sense of sin has always haunted him. This is why the old man said this place was made for him. Anyone who has committed sins cannot leave. Nick understands that if he leaves with his wife and daughter, then his wife and daughter will also be unable to escape. In the end, he lets his daughter and wife leave this place while he remains forever trapped in the villa. He chooses to stay behind for redemption.